Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you guys how you can open your Etsy store and list your product. Alright, so I'm going to assume that you already have an account with Etsy. You're going to go to etsy.com/sell and then click get started. So what brings you to Etsy? Here you can select any of the options that are applicable to you. So I'm curious about selling on Etsy, but I don't know what I'd like to sell yet. So I'm going to select that and click next. What categories are you interested in? I'm going to select that as vintage. So we're going to start setting up our shop now. We're going to select our language, our country, the currency. So next you're going to name your shop, and I am going to do a quick demo for you. So I'm just going to come up with a name. So I'm going to call this the Bag Shop, and we're going to click continue. Next you're going to set up the payment process as to how you would like to be paid. Where is your bank located? For our case it's Canada, so we're going to make sure that is selected. For tax purposes, what type of seller are you? If you are an individual or sole proprietor business, if you're an individual or sole proprietor seller, you can select that. Or if you are an incorporated business, you can select that. And over here, you're going to tell a little bit about yourself. So things like your country of residence, your first name, your date of birth, your taxpayer address, and things like that. And next, you're going to fill out your banking information. So next, you're going to verify your identity, which includes taking a photo of your ID, posing for a selfie, and finishing the setup of your shop. So I'm going to click connect with persona, and we're going to do a biometric verification, which is faster. All right, so once your account has been verified, next you're going to enter your credit card to pay a one-time setup fee of $26. All right, so our store is officially open, and we have this huge dashboard over here, which has a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna keep this very simple to get us started. We're gonna click add a listing, or you can go to the listings tab over here to do that, and then you're gonna select add a listing. Over here, you're going to search the category of the product that you want to sell. So in our case, I want to sell a leather bag. So I'm going to add leather bag here to see what I get. So we have shoulder bags, sling bags, totes, messenger bag, and all of that fun stuff. I'm going to select shoulder bag, which means that my listing is going to appear in all of these categories shown on Etsy. So what type of item is it? So I'm selling a physical leather bag. So I'm going to select physical item, but if you're selling a digital product, you can select that. Who made it? So I did it, a member of my shop made it, or another company or person. In my case, I'm going to select another company or person. What is it? So it's a finished product, so I'll select that. And when was it made? So this was made recently, and I'll add the year. If you do have a production partner, you can add those as well. They are essentially anybody who's not a part of your Etsy store who helps you physically produce your items. We're going to click continue. So then you're going to add the title of your product. Over here, you do have some to-dos as to what your title must have. So it must include the most important feature up front, like the color, material, or size. Use words that clearly describe what the item is. Try not to be descriptive, like beautiful or perfect. Try not to have more than one repeated word. Don't mention festivities or special occasion. Adding info about pricing, sales, or delivery is not necessary because you can do that further down. Try adding words as tags instead. Okay, so I'm gonna call my title as a handcrafted leather bags, premium quality and timeless design. Over here, you can add up to 10 photos and 1 video. I do have an image that I'm going to insert over here. Again, all of this is for demonstration purpose only, so I'm just going to add a demo image. Usually videos tend to perform better, so it is highly recommended to add videos because it's more engaging. They also convert well because you actually get to see a product in live action. Next, you're going to select your thumbnail and add a little description which says as to why your product is special. All right, so I added a little description over here about my product. And next you have some personalization settings that you can use if you want to make it easier for your buyer to add info that you would need if you're going to customize that item. We're going to click preview. So next you're going to enter your price. You can set a different prices for buyers in Canada and everywhere else. So if you want to do that, you can select this tab over here and then enter the prices accordingly. In my case, I want to keep the pricing the same, and I'm going to be mostly selling this product in Canada. So I'm going to sell this bag for $100. And over here, you're going to see the breakdown of your earnings. So if you're selling a bag for $100, Etsy is going to take $9.95, and that would leave you with $90.05 in earnings. And that's the price for one bag. Next, you can add the SKU number as well to keep your inventory organized. If you have different colors of your product, like different sizes, colors, and variations, you can do that. So you can select add variation and select the type of variation it is. So let's say if it is a primary color, you're going to select that, and over here you're going to enter the options. So if I'm selling the same bag in the color blue, I can select that. Gray or pink, I can select all of these options, and you can also link photo to these variations. So when I select this tab over here, I can click select photo and add the images that would be linked to that specific color, so it's easier for the buyer to see which photo is linked to which image. So then you're going to select the attributes of your product. So for instance, for the strap style, it's a top handle product, so I'll select that. For the material, it's made of leather mostly, so I'll select that. And then over here you can add up to 13 tags that is going to help the people out there search for your listing. You can also add information about the ingredients of the product, so that way the buyers know what they are getting, and it just makes sure there is transparency in the transaction. Next, we have the delivery option. So over here, I'm going to click select profile, and we're going to create a delivery profile that can be used for multiple listings with similar postage cost. So this is going to help you save time if you want to add like new items to your shop or update like multiple listings at once. So we're going to click create new. For postage prices, I'm going to select calculate them for me. You're going to enter the original postal code where the orders will be dispatched from, whether it's a home, post office, or another location. Processing time that you would need to prepare an order and put it in the post. So I'm going to select 1 to 2 days, and the country you will deliver to. So I have selected Canada and worldwide. I'm going to edit this, and I'm just going to make sure we are delivering only in Canada. And then you have delivery services. So buyers can choose these at checkout. So this is the default delivery selected. But if you want to have more options, you can click edit and make any of these selections over here. If you want to offer free domestic delivery, you can do that as well, or free international delivery. In your case, you can select any of these options, and then once all of that is selected, you can save this delivery profile. I'm going to call this as bag profile, and we're going to click save as profile and apply. Okay, so we do have delivery option selected as bag, and over here you're going to enter the weight of your item. So I'm going to put this as 2 kgs, and the size of an item after it has been boxed. For instance, let's say if this is a t-shirt. So once it's folded, you have to enter the size of that t-shirt once it's folded, but it has not been boxed yet. So those are the information Etsy would need. And on the bottom section, you can preview the postage cost. So if a buyer lives in Canada in a city like Toronto, the postage price would be $11.56. Next, we have the settings tab, which is where you're going to let your buyers know how you're going to handle returns for this specific listing. So there is like a simple 30-day policy. So the buyer is responsible for returning the postage cost and any loss in the value if an item isn't returned in like original condition. You can click apply this policy to keep it simple. If you want this listing to be featured at the top of your homepage to make it stand out, you can select this bar over here. Next, we have the renewal option. So each renewal would last for 4 months until the listing sells out. There is an automatic renewal, which means the listing will renew as it expires for 0.20 USD each time, which is recommended, or you can review it manually. Okay, once you have filled out all of this information, you're going to click preview. And this is where you can preview your listing. what your product image looks like. You can see what the description is looking like and things like that to make sure everything's looking great and good to go. And once all of that has been updated, you're going to hit publish button. In our case, we're going to click save as draft because this video is just for demonstration purpose. So that's how you can use Etsy to create your store and list your product. Hope you guys found this video helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to do a separate video where we talk about the other cool features that Etsy offers in a separate video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Bye.